Hello everyone, my name is Francesca, and one of the things that I like the most is food, especially a Peruvian dish called Anticuchos. What if I tell you that you can learn about a culture by its food? In the article Food Culture and Its Impact on Our Culture, posted on World's Kitchen, author Faith defends that food is the linchpin of society, and it creates a connection between our beliefs, our ethnicity, our individual cultures, and our cultural heritage. Like many of you, I love food. I enjoy trying new dishes from all around the world. My favorite is Peruvian food, but it could be said that I am biased because I have lived there most of my life. Today, I'm gonna be talking and inform you guys about the Peruvian dish Anticuchos and how it was originated. I'll do this by covering three main points. First is gonna be the background of the Peruvian culture, the influence the African slaves had on this dish, anticuchos, and different ways that you can learn about a culture from its food. So I'll start off by talking about the background of the Peruvian culture. As most of us know, the Spanish conquered most of the South American countries, one of them being Peru. Christopher Columbus came with the main purpose of finding a new water route to Asia, and he brought many slaves from all around the world, mostly Chinese and African slaves, who would influence Peruvian culture and become a very important part of it. They also slaved Peruvian natives, so they would spend a lot of time together, and that's where that's when the African slaves influenced so much this Peruvian culture. So slaves, we know that they were very poor and didn't have any power. They were forced to serve a master and work for big haciendas. I remember actually learning about this in high school in my history class. They taught us that African slaves, together with native Peruvians, would get the leftovers of their master. As Bernadette explains in the article Afro Peruvians, proud of their roots, posted on Kwanzaa Culinarians, they tried to rescue all the beets and ants discarded from the kitchen. That's why anticuchos is a dish of beef heart, because they thought the organs were useless and they were not good, so they would throw them away. And then African slaves would pick them up and cook them, and that's how they create this traditional Peruvian dish. Finally, I'll talk about other ways you can learn about a culture from its food. So, first is the internet. Most of the information is gonna be on websites or blogs. I recommend that they're verified or very well known. Second, my favorite, is a way you can actually experience the culture by food tourism. As described as food and broth in the article, food tourism, a tasty way to travel on our food tourism is a bunch of activities that provide experiences of consumption and appreciation of food and beverages presented in such a way that values the history. Now we know a little bit more about Peruvian culture by learning about the history of anticuchos. I've shared the background of the Peruvian culture, the influence African slaves had on the Peruvian culture and on this dish, anticuchos, and different ways you can learn about a culture by its food. In this case, we learn about anticuchos, which is a Peruvian dish, and we also had an insight on the Peruvian culture, and now you can understand it better. And the next time you travel or are in a conversation where they're talking about Peru, you can understand it better, be part of it, or just for common knowledge now you know this. But I hope this helps you in future endeavors or just in your life. Thank you.